palace last week was very enjoyable. It's interesting to know with these things. I mean, it was amazing. And then, of course, just life moves on. Now I'm doing other things this week. Right. Lovely to see you at the party, Peter. We were both at a good friend of ours' 50th birthday party on Saturday night in Cardiff. Good. So just give it another couple of minutes for anyone who's still joining us. Just get my poem ready. Good. Yeah, so as I said before, checking that you've got the right equipment. If you're sitting on a chair, making sure that you've got a chair that's supportive and ideally upright, so that your pelvis can be what's called a neutral. So you're not rolling forwards or overarching, but your weight is dropping down through your sitting bones. And if you're lying down, checking that you've got the right height of cushion under your head, that you've got support under your knees, if that's helpful. And you can, of course, do the practice standing, or you could do slow walking up and down the room. Sometimes if we're very agitated, slow walking can actually be quite supportive. Sometimes being still is difficult, so doing slow walking is a lovely way just to kind of calm the nervous system. So that's always an option. And just beginning to settle and arrive. So yeah, maybe we'll begin now, begin the session. Yes, so I was thinking, what should we do today? What practice should we do today? And certainly for those of us in the UK, it is feeling an ongoingly turbulent time in terms of the leadership of this great nation with complete political chaos, financial chaos. So as always, I think just a practice to settle and ground, bring us into the moment is very helpful. I'm aware that some of you live in other countries, of course, but we do seem to be living through these times that are sort of ongoingly a little bit unstable. It's so interesting, isn't it? We've had the pandemic, which has by no means gone away. There's more and more COVID again here in the UK. And then we've got this geopolitical instability around the world. So I think these practices of grounding, of centering, of taking life one moment at a time, of keeping on calling ourselves back when we notice the mind is rushing off, or maybe we're worrying or catastrophizing, just keeping on coming back, keeping on coming home is a tremendous refuge, coming home to the body, the breath, the present moment. And this future that we can get quite agitated about sometimes, that will arrive as a moment when that moment rolls around as the present moment. So the future is something that we create with our minds. But if we can learn to be present and be creative with how we work with our mind, right here, right now, then that's the best resource we can build up for the future. So when the future moments roll around, we're resourced and we've learned how to work with the mind. Okay, so I think we'll do a centering and grounding practice today. And also towards the end, what I might do, we'll come into the body, we'll center, ground, stabilize. And what I might do is invite us to imagine that our consciousness, whatever that is, this great mystery of human consciousness, that our consciousness is very expansive and spacious. That can be very kind of comforting, I find, to remind myself that I've got this great mystery of human consciousness. And the traditional image for that is a clear blue sky. That right now I might feel contracted, tight, physical pain, worries, whatever we've got that's going on, that we can completely at the same time be aware of a quality of consciousness, which is like a clear blue sky, which can give us tremendous perspective. So I'll bring that in towards the end of the practice. Okay, so let's begin now. If we settle into the position that we've chosen, And allowing our awareness to drop deep inside the body. If we're sitting, feeling the bottom on the chair, the feet on the floor. If we're lying down, resting into the back of the body, resting on the bed or the floor, the back of the head supported, and whichever parts of the legs are in touch with the surface they're resting upon. If we're standing, allowing our weight to drop down through our feet, and likewise if we're walking, allowing our weight to really rest down through the soles of the feet. So having this quality of yielding, releasing, arriving, and settling. And to help this, if you want to, you could take a deeper breath in. And then on the out breath, releasing, yielding, letting go. Let the next in-breath flow back in its own time. And doing that a few times if you'd like to. Letting go of any holding, of gripping, any stress from the day or anticipation about the day if we're in a different time zone. And with each out breath, we arrive a little bit more in the body, into gravity and into each present moment. And to help us, I've got a really beautiful reading from Saint Teresa of Avila, a Christian mystic. And it's called This Magnificent Refuge. This magnificent refuge is inside you. Enter. Shatter the darkness that shrouds the doorway. Be bold. Be humble. Put away the incense and forget the incantations they taught you. Ask no permission from the authorities. Close your eyes and follow your breath to the still place that leads to the invisible path that leads you home. Close your eyes and follow your breath to the still place that leads to the invisible path that leads you home. So this being present right here, right now, we can see as a magnificent refuge. I find that very beautiful. And of course, for many of us, coming home to the body might mean coming into contact with pain or discomfort. But we meet that with tenderness and with kindliness, with openness. And in that meeting, we can soften resistance, soften tension, and realize that this experience we label pain is changing moment by moment. It's a flow of sensations. So as we move into the practice, keeping that in mind, softening, softening, releasing into flow again and again. So let's allow our awareness to pour out of the head, pour down through the body, and to feel the legs and the feet first of all. Going all the way down to the toes, soles of the feet, the tops of the feet. The ankles, the lower legs, the knees and the thighs. So both legs all together, full of awareness. So we allow our awareness to rest inside the legs and the feet, right inside. And your experience might be becoming known to you through sensation or through temperature. Are your legs cool or warm? Maybe a mixture, different places. Maybe pain. See if we can let the pain flow through the moments as a flow of sensations rather than tightening against this and rigidifying against it, solidifying with our perception. Letting everything be fluid and open in the legs. Or maybe your legs feel dull or numb. If that's the case, then resting inside that experience. Or maybe there's loads of different things going on. Hot and cold and buzzing and tingling, pain and pleasure. Resting inside this universe of the legs, letting everything come and go, moment by moment. And now coming to the buttocks, the hips, pelvic floor. If we're sitting or lying, seeing if we can yield our weight down into the support through the buttocks, letting the buttocks be soft. If we're standing or walking, letting the buttocks be soft. And now imagining or getting a sense of this awareness filling the body from the bottom, moving up through the body. So now including the whole lower part of the torso. So we've got the lower back, the sides and the belly. Or the lower abdomen. Letting this be full of awareness as well. However it's showing up. Might be sensation, might be dullness, temperature. Sensations inside the body, sensations on the surface of the body, flowing through the moments. And breathing. Seeing if we can allow our breathing to drop very deep in the body. An opening phase in all directions, subsiding phase in all directions on the out breath. Opening on the in breath, subsiding on the out breath. Maybe you'll feel this in the lower back as well as in the lower belly. If you can't, don't worry. Now allowing awareness to flow up inside the body, to also occupy the belly, the chest, the middle back, the upper back, the sides of the torso. So this too is being rocked and cradled by breathing. Opening in all directions on the in-breath, subsiding in all directions on the out-breath. Always checking that the buttocks stay soft. If you notice there's gripping happening in the noticing, we can yield and release back into the support of the chair, the bed, the floor beneath us. And now allowing awareness to pour through the shoulders and down inside the arms. So let's just check that the hands are supported if we're sitting or lying. So we don't need to hold on to the arms with effort. If we're standing, walking, letting the arms hang lightly at the sides of the body. And letting the shoulders fall down and back into gravity, resting. The arms fall away from the shoulders and awareness pour through the shoulders all the way down inside the arms to the tips of the fingers and the thumbs. Let's see if we can let the hands rest in each present moment, not reaching for the future or holding on to the past. Letting the fingers, thumbs be soft, resting in the here and now. And now flowing back up through the shoulders, awareness pours up inside the neck, into the head. If we're sitting, checking that the head is poised on top of the spine. Openness through the base of the skull and yet softness in the throat. We're lying down, checking that we're really giving the weight of the head up to the pillow, the cushion, the floor. Again, letting go of gripping. Coming into the mouth, Letting the lips and the tongue and the jaw be soft. Face soft, the eyes soft. Scalp soft. And letting the brain rest inside the head, soft. I think the brain is about 75% water. So letting it rest, this fluid world inside the head. So now broadening our awareness to be aware of the whole body. The legs, torso, arms, neck, head, face. Experiencing the whole body as a whole, but not rigid. The arising and the passing, the arising and the passing of the flow of experience. Breathing flowing, sensations flowing, thoughts flowing, emotions flowing. Seeing if we can let everything come and go like a river. Every time we get tangled up in the thought process, in the noticing, we can choose to drop back inside the body, inside gravity, resting and letting go of those thought processes. If you bounce back the next moment, which is perfectly normal, again in the noticing, we can choose to disentangle, come back to the body and the breath. We've got something that's very charged, very dominant, an emotional state or thought processes or maybe physical pain. Then you can choose to breathe with that experience. Don't oppose it, breathe with it, and very gently and gradually shift the weight of awareness into the breathing, into the body. So now let's bring to mind blue sky awareness, blue sky consciousness, blue sky mind. So what is this awareness that's aware of all these different experiences, aware of the body, aware of thoughts, aware of emotions? It's very mysterious. Let's imagine that all this experience is taking place within quality of awareness that's like the sky, very vast, boundless, clear. So being aware of that as well. So we're aware of our experience and we're aware of the field of awareness that it takes place within. And let's let that field of awareness be big, expansive, open, open. And now let's let go of any effort whatsoever and just sit or just lie or just stand, absorbing the effect of the practice. Now beginning to bring the practice to a close, let's bring a tiny bit of movement into the body. Maybe the hands, maybe the feet, maybe some other part of the body. And seeing if we can stay in touch with both the fluidity of our experience and also this broad, open context that is taking place within. Blue sky mind, blue sky consciousness, blue sky mystery. And then when we're ready, we can come into bigger movements. Opening the eyes if you've had them closed, and very gently, in your own time, bringing the practice to a close. Oh, lovely. So there's a question from Joe in the chat box, but before I go on to that, Ollie's just going to put a link for our Breathworks 21st birthday party tomorrow night, which is an hour, 7 till 8 p.m, where I'll reminisce a bit and remind ourselves of where we've come on our journey, and then you'll have a chance in small groups just to share your experience a bit. Sona's going to lead some mindful movement. He's brilliant at mindful movement. So yeah, you're very welcome to come to that. It's free, of course, and yes, a little celebration of our 21st birthday. Good. Okay, so Joe said, hello Vidyamala. Could you please explain a bit more about the blue sky mind? Being autistic, I took it very literally and was thinking about its boundless vastness and couldn't apply it to noticing my thoughts. Okay, thank you. So it's a metaphor, obviously. It's a metaphor for a quality of awareness that is very open. So it's very, I mean, it's all very mysterious, but very interesting that we are aware, we can be aware of our body, aware of our thoughts, aware of our emotions. But what is this awareness that is aware of these other things? It's obviously something, some quality that is able to be aware of awareness. It's very interesting. And traditionally in a lot of the wisdom traditions, it's that quality of awareness, which is aware of the objects, the object being the body, sensations, thoughts, and emotions, that has a quality of openness and boundlessness. So it's a little bit like you're just putting everything in a much bigger context. So you still have all the arising and passing of subjective experience, of course, that's all there. But rather than that being an end in itself, that is taking place within a quality of awareness that's spacious, and it's often seen as loving. So that quality of awareness, which is spacious and loving. And it is very mysterious. It's very, very hard to talk about. But I thought it'd be interesting tonight just to get a bit of a sense of allowing our consciousness to sort of open and release a little bit, rather than being all sort of tight and bound. But there's obviously something, if you think about it even logically, there's some quality which is aware of our experience. There's some kind of knowing that is able to be aware of our experience. So I hope that's helped. I have no idea if it has, because it's very hard to articulate. So I'll just read some of the other comments here. So Lorian, thanks Vidyamala, Ollie, and everyone. Yes, Ollie, let me thank Ollie. BW Zoom account 3, that is in fact Ollie. We can't see him, we just see a name. And Ollie just comes here week after week after week to do the tech support, which is amazing. And then Lauren saying, neck spasm since yesterday, released a great deal as we meditated. So grateful for that and for the beautiful day here in Southern California. That's fantastic, Lauren, that your neck spasm released. Yeah, and which of course is all, what is that? So we think we have a neck that's spasming and is stuck, and then just by working with awareness, it can change, which goes to show the mystery of awareness. And then Amanda said, happy 21st Breathworks. Please can you link the poem? It was beautiful, thank you. So I'll put the poem over in the poetry group on our community of practice. And I could also just simply copy it into the chat box. I'll do that as well, shall I, quickly? Because it's short. There we are. So if you're quick, you can copy that before the meeting ends. Eileen, moved from restless to a more spacious and calm space. Thank you. Yeah, so what is that more spacious and calm space? That's such an interesting question, but that will be some kind of quality of awareness, which is more spacious and calm. And Bridget, happy birthday, Breathworks. I can't make the party tomorrow, but we'll be with everyone in spirit in the vast blue sky that Breathworks has brought us. That's lovely. Thank you, Bridget. And Brahman, beautiful thought of inner refuge and found much needed peace and calm today. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Angelira, happy birthday, Breathworks. It's my mum's birthday tomorrow too. Thank you so much for tonight. See you soon. Happy birthday to your mum. Fiona, have cold and cough 3 weeks. Have cold and cough 3 weeks after having one. Trying to do the 1 arrow rather than the 2 and accepting it. That's fantastic. And Katie, I love this fluid world within your head. Describes the mind and the brain beautifully. I looked it up the other day, and I think the brain is 75% water fluid, which is incredible, isn't it? Because, of course, the brain can feel so dried out and husk-like when we're full of difficult thoughts. Louise, great practice, thank you. Managed to sit with pain today and feel it lessen. It is in my chest, so breathing with it can be a bit of a challenge. I hope that meditation helped with that, Louise. Kate, thank you so much. I love the idea of the blue sky spaciousness. And Helen, happy 21st birthday. Sorry, I will miss it as I'll be working. Thank you for the image of the brain as 75% water. It helped me to soften it and change the feel of its shape and form, which was beneficial. Yeah, wonderful. Catherine, lovely, lovely, lovely. I needed to, open quote, break, as in B-R-A-K-E, end quote, today, and this has really helped. I felt really grounded and still, and I love the opposing elements of weight and expansiveness. I felt like my bones and muscles were extending and retracting as I was breathing in and out. And as I breathed out, my whole body sunk more, much needed. Yes, beautifully put. And it's so interesting, these elements of weight and expansiveness. It's a bit like when we're like this, we might not feel quite so kind of heavy, but everything's tight. But if we release into gravity and yield, then everything can open. So there's a kind of contradiction. By letting go downwards, we can open into spaciousness. Very, very interesting. Claire, thank you for this evening. I needed it so much. Finding it almost impossible to distance from the stress of recent UK circumstances. I needed the refuge like a palace, was it? Experienced it as within myself, and here as the meeting place between us, within us all, and connecting us as one. So beautiful, and the antithesis of the stress I'd been experiencing. And Joanna, thank you for the practice in the blue sky image. I always get a bit stuck trying to imagine consciousness, and this helps a lot. Thank you. And various other thank yous. And Elena, thank you everyone. Happy birthday to Breathworks. And big thank you for all your support and guidance, Vidyamala. I'm not here very often, but I find the support of the recorded meditations are of great support too. That's fantastic. Lovely. Okay. So there's no more comments. So let's leave it there and hopefully see some of you tomorrow, otherwise next Tuesday. And thanks again to Ollie. And if you want to unmute, then by all means do so to say goodbye and have a great week, everybody.
Thank you, Vidyamala. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Happy birthday, Breathworks.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
See you tomorrow.
Keep warm.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.